Hello, guys. A very good morning to you. Welcome to the Trading Cage. This is where we beat the gold. So, how are we today? Today, the 24th of February. Oh, look at my hair. My hair's all. Where is it? Hmm. Huh, I was wearing a helmet just before. Sorry, guys. All right. So, what has been happening with our gold today? Today is a very rainy day here, where I live. Which is quite a miracle because normally um, things here get pretty hot. Normally it's about 42 degrees. Today's actually quite cold. So this is pretty cool. Yesterday, I did say that gold went up without testing for support. It just went straight up and it created a lot of inefficiency. So since the opening of the Asian market, the market actually came down quite a bit to test for support just um, below candle 19 here on which is a trigger candle, right? And it stayed above that mark. So I'm expecting some sort of retraction going upwards. Okay, I'm still thinking that this movement is a bullish movement. I haven't changed my theory. We are going to get into the rest of these inefficiency here on top of candle 21. Okay, that's a fact. Doesn't mean it's going to be today, but it doesn't mean it's going to take too long either. Okay, so it shouldn't be too far away. Now, we do know that it has tested the last support now, where it is, and it didn't manage to break through. So what we'll be looking for, let me fix this here. I'm just going to show you guys. I was having a look this morning at how things were developing because I wanted to buy. But then look at this. So here on our 1 hour, market is pretty consolidated in this region, okay? It has tried to come back up quite a bit, many times. But then it hasn't managed to. So if it hasn't managed to do that, I would expect some sort of um, liquidity grab below this region here first before the market decides to go back up. Either here or it could even come as low as to grab the liquidity from candle 26 to actually go back up. All right. So from what we have studied, and you guys will well know that, this here could pretty much be the market running out of liquidity. That's why it gets into these structures here. So what we want to do is we want to keep an eye out for it for that. Let me just sort something out here. Want to make sure that you guys are all good. We are live. Okay, this is great. Yeah, so we are live. Just it went out on my YouTube channel here, so I had no idea if we were live or not, but we are. Great. Um, so yeah, this could be the market running out of liquidity. So it will need to make a liquidity grab here, okay? Liquidity that we have is below candle 35 and candle 31. I don't believe that the liquidity under candle 35 is enough, simply because it did came around that region quite many times, and then candle 35 grabbed the liquidity below candle 33, and that wasn't enough for it. So since it's not enough, I do believe that we're going to have to go down quite a bit more to do that liquidity grab. Okay. So we have support here to the left, which is pretty much where market is trying to fight through. I'm going to delete all these arrows here. That was from yesterday. Analysis. Okay, that's cool. I'm just going to put these back here. So below candle 31, we know that we've got all of this liquidity there. One support that we may have is this one here. So we're going to have this support here on candle 10. So that's a very good support. So price may get into that trigger candle there. I don't think it's going to get too far out unless the market wants to come and grab this liquidity below candle 10 as well and test our support to the left, which is this black arrow here. So we've got support here, we got support below for that below that trigger candle, and we have got the support down here. But we have a lot of liquidity here, and we've got a lot of inefficiency up there, okay? Especially around here, candle 26, and then all the rest of these inefficiency here are from our daily chart, okay? So let's go down to our lower time frames and have a look at what we have got so far. On our 15-minute chart, we can see the inefficiency here that actually I want to change the color of this pink up there. I don't know if I can. Hang on. Oh, I can, yeah. So what I'll do is I'll put these a light green, make it light green so we are not confusing ourselves. Okay, so that's the inefficiency over there. We still have got, this is the support I'm talking about, okay, the arrow is the highest price of candle 29. So that's a support in that region, okay? And we also have support here just on that trigger candle number 10. So let's go back here. So we have all of that. We've got inefficiency here. We've got support below. We had a three candle pattern here that paid really well. We have got this trigger candle numbered 17 that has been holding the price. So we got to keep an eye out for this one. Okay, it's simply because of this, it didn't allow candle 28 or candle 29 to go back up. So we have got that trigger candle there. Candle 54. Candle 53 came into the support. Candle 54 has to come and grab the liquidity below candle 47. Okay, it already broke through all the trigger candles above, so it should be coming down to grab that liquidity. We've got pretty much 400 points until that that lower part. We do have a very strong support around here, so I would be very careful about selling at the moment, simply because around here we've got a lot of buyers trying to push the price back up, okay? But candle 54 must renew that low price of candle 47. Thiago, why do you say that you must do that? Simple, because we got our Fibonacci here. If we pull it to the highest part of that movement, Candle 53 has broken through the 50%, so it has confirmed pullback to the minimals. So candle 54 must come and renew the minimal price. Okay, if it doesn't renew, then it comes back. It could fail the pullback, and then price should be coming up here to the highest price of candle 52. But at the moment, 54 must renew that price below 47. It's fun, eh? Once we know exactly what the market's doing, it's really awesome. Let me go back here. Right, cool. Okay, all right, sweet. All right, so there you guys are. Good morning, Sabu. How are you? It's good to see you here, brother. So right now, Kindle 54 is doing exactly what it had to do. So this is awesome. I'm still waiting. Let's have a look here at Kindle at 5 minutes. Here, cool. So this is the liquidity grab I had been expecting. So it does need to grab that liquidity there and possibly the one below. Okay, there we go. Now, after grabbing all of this liquidity, if the price comes back up, then I would be expecting this price at least around the 50% of the day. Right? So this is really good. It's working now. Around the sorry, around the opening of the American market, I would expect this price to pop back up. Okay, because Asian market through the price down, American market will probably bring the price back up. But let's say how much of this liquidity it will actually grab, and if it will actually stay down here, or if it's going to try to come back up. Okay, it did break through the last support, which was 5158. It would be good if it grabbed the liquidity below candle 28 as well, and then it touched the support once again, because then if it rejects the support, that means that price would have enough liquidity to come back up together with the buyers. But not only that, it could also give us a three candle pattern below here, um, which we could grab when the price is actually quite cheap. And then that would be awesome for us as well. So this is the minimum of the day once again. Oh, come on, man. Just go test the support. Just trying just to go back up straight. And then that's not good. Doesn't help us at all. So as we can see here on 15 minutes, candle 54 did its job, renewed the minimals of candle 47. So that's job done. Pullbacks accomplished. Let's see what uh, candle 161 and the next candles will do. This candle could come until about 50% of this last movement, so could come until up here, and then still go back down. Okay, it's a pullback until 50% off the movement. It's still a pullback. Now the minimal of these candles to the left, they do become resistance, but I don't believe it's going to be that much resistance since the price and the trend is an uptrend on the gold at the moment. This is just a liquidity grab as far as I'm concerned. I really wanted that candle 160 to come and grab the liquidity below the minimum of the day as well to test that support, but it doesn't look like it's going to do that. Here on 1 minute, we are just pretty much reaching the minimums of that trigger candle on minimums of the trigger candle 19 once again. So price came back down. It's just testing the minimums of that trigger on the daily. So we've got to wait for it to break through. It's breaking through now. Still have got seller's pressure here on 1 minute. As we can see, it is above 50% right now of the movement on the 1 minute. I actually can put these people up here. I still think that this could go down a bit more to grab the rest of that liquidity before it goes up. And not only that, if you think about it, yesterday this candle didn't test for support. So candle 38 might have to come down and test that support before going back up. Okay. But the last price for the gold is up here. It may take a few days. I don't believe it will, but it may take a few days. But we will be looking at the gold up here once again, simply because it has confirmed that pullback to the high. It broke through that 50%. So now it has confirmed that pullback. So we're waiting and expecting that price to come back up. It's the same rule for every time frame. So it doesn't matter if we are on the daily, on the hour, on the 15 minutes, or on the 5 minutes, or 1 minute. Every time it confirms a pullback, it has the obligation of actually fulfilling that pullback. Otherwise, it would fail a pullback and then it would create another movement. No, Sabu, I'm not going to get into a trade just below support. Okay. I want to get into trades around here because then I know we are above support and then get into trades going upwards. Okay. This is what I'm looking for at the moment. And the 162 didn't test down. We've got this, we've got this base here, which is support, okay? So this is support for the price. I mean, now it will become resistance. So we need to make sure that this price actually comes back up here. So it already did a liquidity grab. We're getting a lot of pressure from sellers here on the 1 minute. this could be only a pullback, okay? So price may still come down. So it's too early to get into a buy or a sell. I would prefer if price came down here and then grabbed the liquidity below the minimum of the day and then made a three candle pattern here going upwards. I would trust more on a trade in this region than on any other region. So this is what I'm expecting for now. If it doesn't give me any trades right now, that's totally fine. I know that I've got the opening of the American market in about a couple hours, and by then we should have a better movement of the price. So we don't need to rush. Patience is the name of the game, okay? There we go. A lot of pressure on 1 minute once again. Candle 807 tried to go back up and received a very big push from sellers here. So we're still waiting to see what price will do in this space, okay? So we've got support below and resistance right above. We've got a lot of pressure from sellers. We did do a liquidity grab because gold couldn't move up because it had no liquidity. Candle 160 did grab the liquidity below candle 92. So that was really good. And below all these candles should have left. But I would still prefer if it had gotten the liquidity under candle 28, just to show me that it did enough liquidity grab to have enough power and force to come back out and punch through this resistance up above. At the moment, candle 162 is just trying to fight through around the 50% of these movement on the 1 minute. So it doesn't look that great, even though I do believe it's going to come back up. But it's not going to be an easy movement for it right now. Candle 54 is going to be closing out in a minute. It did come back to the structure. So it did come back inside the structure. Okay, the structure there. So, but still not enough to make me feel like I should buy right now. Okay, now we got push from buyers. This is good. Let's see if it breaks through that 50, and then we can think about a buy. It's got to break through that 50 of that movement for us to buy. Come on, 7 seconds. See, candles on 1 minute, they're not closing above each other, and this is an issue because they're not breaking through each other's high. It's just renovating new highs. It's renewing the highs, but it's not breaking through. It's not closing above. So it doesn't show me enough force from buyers here. Candle 163 is just testing that resistance right now. Candle 162 did close below that 50%. And we do know that we do not trust candles that do not test. And this one did not test. On the 15 minutes, candle 54 did close inside of the structure, but candle 55 haven't tested. So I'm going to wait for it to test before I do anything else, okay? As I said before, patience is the name of the game. These structures are not very easy to trade on. It's a lot easier when we have a structure that price is just moving instead of a structure where price is going sideways. It doesn't quite help us. but it's all good. We will get this gold one way or another. We are going to get it. Oh, there's nothing there. Let me just do one quick thing here. Okay. All right, so candle 163 hasn't been able to break through that 50 yet. It's showing me more a three candle pattern here to the minimals, actually. If it goes all at once, then it doesn't allow us to get into that trade, does it? Let's see how candle 163 will behave. Once again, came back to the 50%, only 1 minute. It hasn't broken through yet. On 63 came back to the support, stuck in between that resistance and that support right now. On the 15 minutes, we can see here that it hasn't been able to break through that minimal. Let's see if it will do it. Still above 50% on the 1 minute, so that gives us a really good indication that we have support in the region. What is this price doing? Our candle 163 is going to close, and it's not going to give us an entry point simply because it stayed above 50%. Now we do have this Fibo here. If price comes back below 50%, it would confirm again a pullback to the minimals. And then we could sell. We would be below support, below resistance. The price is really fighting through here. Candle 815 closes below 814's low. 816 hasn't been able. I just did. It just renewed the minimals of candle 815. We are below 50% of that movement now, but it hasn't yet failed the pullback. To fail the pullback, price would have to break through candle 799. So at the moment, all we can do is wait. And you can ask, why are you too careful about selling at the moment? I'm very careful because we are just above support, okay? So we have support below. I don't want to sell in a region where buyers can appear quite quickly. I do think that price needs to come back down here to grab this liquidity below candle 28. If it decides to move back up, it does need that liquidity. It's too close to it to leave it alone at the moment. So we have liquidity below here and below here as well. So there's quite a bit for it to grab. I really would expect price to come down a bit more. Now, it's confirming that pullback. I'm gonna put a sell here. I'm gonna sell here to the minimals. My stop is a bit high at the moment, but let's see if this price is gonna continue on its way down. It has confirmed pullback to the minimals on the 1 minute. Okay, so now we have this Fibo here, which is the minimal of candle 799 and the high of candle 810. It has confirmed the pullback. So we would be expecting this price down here. Now, if it does reject that and reject this 50%, we could see a 3 candle pattern to the highs. Okay. Big pressure from sellers at the moment and from buyers. If this candle closes above 50%, I'll take my sell out. I'm not selling there simply because 164 closed above 50%, so it hasn't confirmed pullback on the 5 minutes. 165 is not testing down, which doesn't help me to buy. It's about to fail the pullback. If it breaks through the trigger candles, it will be failing the pullback to the minimals. I can't sell here. I could buy above 50%, but at the moment, it's not looking that great on 1 minute. So I'll stay out of it. And again, patience is the name of the game. Why do we do this? Why do we put orders instead of just hitting buy now? Because we want to protect ourselves, okay, against false movements. So we don't want to be just going through every single movement without any knowledge at all. Now, candle 820 came back below that 50%, but then H1 is pushing through straight away. This is looking more and more like a 3 candle pattern to the highs instead of to the lows, at least here on the 5 minutes. On the 15 minutes, um, let's see how candle 55 will close. We've got 3 minutes to go. One thing that I learned from my mentor was that if you're not quite sure if the market is a bit messed up, wait 5 minutes. That's all you got to do. Wait 5 minutes. So we can do that. We can wait 5 minutes. I've got the Brazilian market all over the show at the moment. Hey, if you guys have got any questions, just type it on the chat, okay? I'll do my best to answer all of yous. So any questions, any inquiries, just write down on the chat. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to our channel, and share this content with your friends. Okay, so this is a new project. We started this project on the 5th of January. So we are getting on to 60 days that we started this project, and it's going really well. I'm really enjoying doing this together with you guys. And I hope we can grow this channel and continue on for so many years. So it would be good if I could get all the help from you guys as well. Okay, so we can grow this channel. Don't forget to like it. So the YouTube could see this content as something that will help other people, and then we'll probably push it through. So candle 165, not doing much, just staying. It can't stay below trigger candles 162 and 163. So it would be good if it actually broke through that 5158 and through this trigger candle here, but we only have 14 seconds to go. I don't know if it's gonna be able to do that. Candle 55 is going to close below its 50%. So it doesn't give me good um, a good buy in here. It would be good if it closed above, but if it closed below that 50%, I will be preparing to sell. As I said before, I do expect this price to come back down a bit more to grab that liquidity below, because price right now, as we can see, it made a retraction. It did not manage to break through the 50 of that movement. So most likely, after all these liquidity grab that it did here, it still needs a bit more liquidity down below before it can actually go up. All we can do is wait for the moment. It's finding very good support in that region. I've got a 3 candle pattern here. It did what I wanted it to do. Let me see if it'll pay my buy. Candle 165 closed inside of those trigger candles. Candle 166 did test down. So I'm gonna take this trade. I've got 800 points of stop. So my stop's down here. And my take will be, I can actually take this a lot higher. Well, I'm gonna put my take up here for now, but I'll be adjusting it soon. Let's see if this price will continue to stay over and above this 50%. Okay, this is a 3 candle pattern here. This one came on target. This one's rejected it, and this one tested down. So let's see. If it stops me here, it's not a big deal. I'm using a very low hand right now. As I say to you guys every morning, I normally like to make a little bit of fat to be able to operate on the opening of the American market uh, with bigger trades. So right now, all we do is grab a little bit, make sure we put it in our pocket, and then we'll grab all the trades later on. We are still above 50% here on the 1 minute. So let's see how it goes. Candle 56. Did test down, did test up as well. We got our order. Let's see what candle 166 will do. I would prefer if it stayed above the trigger candles 162 here. That would be my preference. We do have resistance to the left right now on the 1 minute, which is all these trigger candles here. They are a relevant stopping point for the price. Candle 827 did close inside of trigger candle 822. So right now 828 is testing down, but it has to go up. Okay. Let's see if buyers appears around this region to push this price up. It really does need to grab liquidity. There's not enough liquidity at the moment, and this is worrying. Even though he grabbed all of that, we can see that buyers hasn't managed to push the price through. So it's not as a good liquidity grab as we would want. And then we got sellers trying to push it back down. There we go. So this movement will probably stop us. It does need the liquidity below. We do have a trigger candle here, which is 799. I put a really short stop because I don't want to get on a long stop. Just because, you know, if I stop short now, it gives me a better chance to get into another trade later on. If I get into a long stop, then I have my risk management in place, and then I can't get into other trades. So it's better to stop short. Now candle 166 closed below that 50. So we are looking more at a sell than a buy. It did stop. So this is what we had been waiting for, but we're in a buy trade, so now I can't sell. I'm not going to hit sell now. Okay, so that's all good. So these three candle pattern here failed. Normally, we have a rate of about 85%, okay, for the three candle patterns. They pay 85% of the time. So every time it does happen, I'm not afraid of getting into it, okay, because it will pay 85% of the time, which is really, really cool. All right, so let's see what candle 167 will do now. The 1 minute. Let's just have a look really quick. So on the 1 minute, candle 830 did break through that trigger candle 799, which confirms the pullback now to the minimals. Okay, candle 167 does need to renew candles 160 minimals. The only issue is that once it renews that minimals, it will probably accelerate because we do have quite a bit of stops below here. So it will probably accelerate to grab that stop under candle 10 here, only 15 minutes. But the good thing is that once it grabs both those liquidities, then we would have enough liquidity to come back up once again. Unless it does push sellers into these movement, because people will see the market dropping and then they'll probably want to sell to gather the market. So that could happen as well. People will see price coming down and then they start shorting the market, and then the market comes down quite a bit more than what we expect. It's really, really funny how the market does things. We wanted to sell here at below candle 165, and then it went up and it broke through the trigger candle 163. So it gave us a 3 candle pattern when candle 166 tested down and came back up. And then all of a sudden the market melts. Exactly where I thought it would go. Things like this happen, doesn't it? It's all good. Since we started our challenge, we still have got 7%. We started the challenge on Thursday last week. So today's the first day of trading. We have 7% gain on the deposit we made on this account. So candle 167 did exactly what I thought it would do. Go to grab that liquidity. And the 168 is testing up. We still have got more liquidity below. We do have support in this region. So stop is quite far away. Talking about over 1500 points of stop. That's quite a bit. Now it just hit the minimum of the day. So we have buyers in this region. Now we do need to grab that liquidity there before it tries to come back up. So close to it. A lot of buyers trying to push through this price because they don't want to be out of position here on candle 28. So every time the price gets too close, they'll push it back up once again, and then price will come get close, and then they'll push it back up because they don't want to lose their stops that they had put in this region here. So we don't have that anymore. But we do have this. Candle 160. What is it? Let me have a look. Candle 168 came back to the 50%. It's straight up. So it's testing that 50% now. Getting pushed down. By the 1 minute now we have this new Fibo here. So that's the minimal. So that's the movement there. Looks like it's just going to be inducing buyers and sellers until it grabs enough liquidity. So it's 9:57, guys, and I'll leave you the analysis for the opening of the American market. So at the moment, what's happening is we are above support. Okay, price is above support here. We have this support. Price did break through this support to the left. Now we have resistance in that line, okay, just below the trigger candles. But we didn't have enough liquidity for the price to move up. So price has to move down to grab this liquidity. A good sell point would be to actually get into a trade. We've got about 4,000 points of drop, but it would be a good sell point if price broke through this here. Okay, so if price breaks through these support here, we could be selling until these last minimums. Then it would be testing the support here on the daily, which is where it didn't test yesterday. And I did say that price had to come down to test it. So price did not test that region, and there it just went up. So most likely today, this price will come down lower, grab this liquidity, and then move back up again, okay? Because it's generating inefficiency here on candle 38. So buyers will take that inefficiency once price comes back up. So I wouldn't sell just there, okay? We could have sold in there if I didn't get into that buy after candle 166 closed below. But it didn't give me enough time anyways, because candle 167 tested up really quick just when it stopped us. So that's totally fine. But I would sell below here, okay? If price grabs this liquidity, then comes around here, tests this region, and pushes price back down, I would sell here. To buy, I would buy above the support, okay? Anywhere above the support, if it gives me a 3 candle pattern, I would buy quite happily, okay? Just be careful with this resistance here up above. Oh, look at that price going already. Oh man, it did not even test, so it doesn't allow us to get into these trades. But it's fine. It's okay. Patience is the name of the game. So I would buy here at support, or I would buy above these trigger candles here once price breaks through these. Once it breaks through these, then it will be confirming a pullback to the highs. So if you put your Fibo here, you see that if it breaks through there, it would be above 50%. So to say the least, after grabbing all this liquidity, this price will come back up to this region here, okay? So above this 50%, above the trigger candle to the left, you can buy and get out of your trade here, with still a good 2,000 points to go. Just, yeah, about 2,000 points. So this is where I would buy, okay? I wouldn't be selling up here, and I wouldn't sell down here right now. I would wait for the price to break through the minimals of the day, which is exactly around here. So It's actually the minimums of this candle 28. Price did grab and a little bit of liquidity here, big push from buyers, but I still believe that it should come grab the liquidity below candle 28 before it moves up. Okay, simply because we got into this consolidation for too long. Price didn't have enough liquidity to go up. So I would still wait for this price to um, grab this liquidity below. But then again, according to the technique, if it does break through 50%, I would be happy. And these trigger candles to the left, I would be happy to buy until about up here. If price doesn't break through this trigger candle here, which is candle 49, if price does not break through that, we could expect this price to come down quite a lot lower, okay? Because if the liquidity it got down here is not enough to break through that price, we could see a big retraction lower to grab more liquidity down below. So this is pretty much us for the analysis of today. Unfortunately, market is not very easy today. But that's totally fine. We did everything we did according to the technique. The reading is right, the analysis is right. We just took a very small stop loss in there because the three candle pattern failed, and that's totally fine. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you can like, comment, subscribe to this channel, and share this with your friends. Okay, if you need to get in touch with me, uh, the Gauros live. What does these numbers on each candle represent? Hey, bud, this here is just the number of each candle. So when the Asian market opens, every candle will have a number, right? It just makes easier for me to teach. So when I talk about candle 164, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this candle here. If I don't have the candle counter here, I would be saying, oh, the last bullish candle, and then you could get quite confused. Which candle am I talking about, you know? So it's just an easier way to teach if I have the numbers on the candles so you can actually follow through what I'm talking about, okay? It's just that. It's just a small indicator. No worries. Um, cool, guys. I do have to go because I've got to trade with my students now. We trade live every day from 10 o'clock. They're waiting there, so it has been awesome. We're here every day, every morning at 9 o'clock Brazilian time, which is 7 o'clock US time, okay, New York time. So we're here from 9 to 10. I hope to see you here tomorrow. And throughout the morning, I'll be posting shorts and possibly other videos about the trades we do, especially around the American opening, the US opening of the market, okay? So I'll see if I can post a couple of videos today. If I don't, I'll be seeing you tomorrow at 9 o'clock, same time. Please subscribe to our channel so you can actually get the notifications of every time we go live. It has been awesome. Thank you guys very much for being here. I'll see you tomorrow. And this has been the Trading Cage where we beat the gold every single day. See you later. Have fun.